It's time for The Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, welcome in. Today's new drug is a gorgeous day on the First Coast. Frangie, Carline, La Selva with you. Were you out and about today? Did you enjoy Did you enjoy, JJ's made it clear we have nature now on the program.
It's glorious. We have hedges, nature? We have greenery, we have trees.
Did you enjoy nature today?
I did. I'm pro nature.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You are. You're a nature guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be out for
right.
more than 8 hours at a time, and maybe even more like 5 hours at a time in nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy nature. It was great watching the Jaguars, for what we get to see, watching the practice
you were out of
today.
Practice today, okay.
Yeah, gorgeous weather, and so hopefully it'll continue.
Any nature for you today, JJ? Did you enjoy nature?
I did. I run every morning, so I'm out there.
He's so diligent.
I'm out there.
He is.
I'm on Bay
diligent.
Meadows. If you see me, give me a honk.
You run all the time.
What's your route?
Run, work
I
out.
love it.
You're a fitness guy.
I run from my apartment, and there's a back road. Western Way, something weird, and it goes all the way around Bay Meadows. I just do the full circle.
Well, the good thing is we run a lot
day.
because I think we can say comfortably from this room that you run for all three of us.
I
And
know.
I think that's good.
I grew up in that
mile
area,
a
so
person.
where you're running is probably where I was riding my bike when I was
that's
10
awesome.
years old.
That's awesome. I've said this many times, JJ. My wife and I, between us, have run 9 river runs.
Good for her.
She's run 9, okay, and that's how the breakdown is. So very good. I played a little golf today. It was beautiful today.
That's why we live in Florida, man.
It was absolutely. We were playing golf, and my buddies. I said, can't ever take this for granted. It was about as perfect today. And because it's so perfect out there, I'm not playing again until tomorrow. Okay, so that's how perfect it is. So hope you enjoyed the weather today, and the weather in the First Coast here. It's going to be beautiful for the game too. By the way, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous for the game, and not a cloud in the sky according to the weather report. So I'm looking forward to the game. Big game coming up. We'll hear from Jacoby Myers, as a matter of fact, coming up in just a bit on the program. Hayes did his normal good work in the Jaguar locker room. So a lot of things to talk about today on the program, and I'm going to get to all of it. We've got our picks coming up later on. We've got Pete Prisco coming up later on, Jacoby Myers coming up in the first hour of the program, and we're going to break down all these games and what a fun weekend, what a fun time of year this is. I got a question for you on a Friday afternoon on the First Coast. What if Florida wins tomorrow night?
That'd be unbelievable.
What does it change? It doesn't change Florida winning Kiffin, obviously. It even makes it better because maybe he doesn't make the playoffs and you get him sooner. I know all that.
Yeah.
But the way people see Kiffin, does losing to Florida hurt him? Does it look like his eye wasn't on the ball? Does it?
Without a doubt.
I
would go as far as to say if Ole Miss loses to Florida, there will be rumblings of Kiffin sabotaging the game.
Yeah, and certainly,
which is I think ludicrous that he would do that.
Yeah.
But I do think they are such a favorite. It's at home. They've got obviously such a better team than what Florida is going to carry in there, based on a 31-point road loss to Kentucky. Right. I think if Ole Miss loses, I think there will be a lot of people that think Kiffin deliberately lost the game.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it gets to that. Deliberately.
I just mean fans. On Ole Miss's side.
No question. Fans think everything. But I would tell fans that's probably not likely because he'd make himself look lousy by doing it. But I do think if they lose the game, there's an awful lot of he's more worried about interviewing and pursuing his next job.
Mentally checked out.
He's checked out. He took his eye off the ball.
Well,
I think there'd be a lot. In fact, not only would there be a lot of that, I'd even wonder it.
Well,
I really would because they're way better.
And if Ole Miss has told him, if you're leaving, we are not going to let you coach the playoff game. It'd be hilarious if they lost.
What if
he's
Florida?
All right, well then, we'll see what happens. I think Florida is so bad that I think if Ole Miss loses, I think it would be to Mississippi State in a rivalry game.
And I do too.
Than Florida going in there and winning.
Both those games are in Oxford.
Yeah.
And they've got an off week before the Mississippi State game, so I don't think they're going to lose either one. And I think Florida. I think Florida's any opportunity they had, the emotion was left after the Georgia game. They were miserable last week. I don't think they're going to be very good tomorrow night either. So I agree with you. But the reality is, this is a Florida team that beat Texas. It's a Florida team that hung around with Georgia till the very end. It's a Florida team with a number of NFL players on the team.
They played Miami tough.
That's
ran out of gas.
Other than the debacle in Lexington, They have enough. They've proven there's enough good players there that they hang around with anybody. Well, if Ole Miss plays because of all the stuff going, and by the way, I think Ole Miss is going to hammer Florida. Just so we're clear, but for the sake of our conversation here, if enough stuff's going on and stuff goes bad, and all of a sudden they win the game, I just wonder, wow, how will that be perceived by everybody? Because last year,
Kiffin will get. Just not by Florida fans,
but destroyed.
He'll get destroyed by the national media.
Right.
He'll get torched by his own fans.
Right. So that's the danger of the game for Ole Miss. Is again, I don't think Florida can beat them. I don't think Florida will beat them. But Florida's a team with enough good players that if everything went wrong, if it was one of those games where we all have those, we've all seen those games where everything goes wrong. Well, if it's one of those games, so it'll be. I'll say this. I'm really looking forward to watching it. To see, is the camera on Kiffin the whole time? Is the
yes? It already has been.
Well, that's correct. Even more than ever, right? Yes.
We've never seen anything like this.
I know.
I mean, that's what's so cool about the game.
Yeah.
And I have zero expectation for Florida, but as a just fan of the sport, I've never seen anything. I've never seen a game this late in the season where one team has a coach playing an overmatched opponent, it appears, in their home stadium, trying to make the playoff, which is a new thing anyway in college football. If this was the old system, the game would be meaningless, basically. And everybody believes that in like 2 weeks, that he's going to be coaching the other team.
Let me tell you a story about, and I thought, well, it would have been like Florida playing Duke when Spurrier was coming. It'd be like Florida playing Utah, when Urban was coming. Let me tell you a story, and this is a true story. Okay, this was 1969. Now, I think I get the story. I'm going to have JJ look it up. I think I got the story right. If I get it wrong, tell me. But I'm a little kid. We didn't have a lot of money, okay? And I told you that. So we couldn't afford to go to the Gator Bowl game. But my dad and I wanted to kind of be around it. You know, they blacked out the game then, okay? So they would air it late. You could watch it that night. So my dad and I kind of drove around the Gator Bowl. It sounds kind of silly, but that's what we did. My dad and I drove. That was as close as we could get to the game, right? So we're driving around the Gator Bowl while the game's kind of going on. We did go to the Penn State FSU game a couple years earlier, so I'd gone to some, but we couldn't go to the game that year. And Ray Graves was the Florida coach. I guess he retired or resigned, and they hired Doug Dickey, the Tennessee coach, to come be the Florida coach. Then they played each other in the Gator Bowl. Did you know that?
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
They looked that up for me, JJ. I think it was the 69 Gator Bowl, Florida and Tennessee. And Florida won. So Florida beat the coach.
1969.
Yeah, so Florida, like a 14-13 or 14-10 or like
14-13.
14-13. So Florida beat the coach that was coming to coach them. And it was real. And again, I'm 9 years or 10 years old at the time. And I mean, you know what I mean? So it was bizarre that Florida hires Doug Dickey, who was a Florida grad, by the way, but had been the Tennessee coach. And they hire him to leave Tennessee and come coach his alma mater. But, oh, by the way, they beat him first. I mean, it was really, as you'd ask about that, it was really, it was a bizarre time for Florida football.
And here history is repeating itself. I mean, it's not a bowl game necessarily, and there's way more stakes involved because Ole Miss is still – I mean, again, if this was just a few years ago, it wouldn't be nearly as controversial because it would be, well, they're going to play – Ole Miss is going to play the Egg Bowl. And they're going to beat Florida. They're going to beat Mississippi State, and then they'll go to the Fiesta as an at-large. I'm assuming they're not going to win the SEC. I don't think they can play for the SEC championship. With the standings the way they are now, but I mean they're in the mix for the national championship.
Correct.
I mean they're one of just a handful of teams that have a chance to win the whole thing.
And Bubba, they could win it. This isn't like, well, once they get to Ohio State, they're going to get hammered. They might, but they might not.
Yeah, we have no idea. I mean, it's not like any of these teams are battle tested.
Correct.
So I mean, it's hard to project.
Right.
When I'm saying like the Ohio States, the Indianas, like it's.
But there's not a 1993 FSU or a 1995 Nebraska. There's not a team like that.
I thought this Miami team might be that kind of like a juggernaut, but they've fallen off. So it's hard to. Yeah, Ole Miss would certainly be, you would think, competitive with any team in the field. And here we are, and I thought it was really interesting because obviously something got around Oxford yesterday after we got off the air.
Twitter was a buzz.
because it was like I'm looking. I'm like, why are Florida fans so giddy?
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out because obviously nothing's going to break. I mean, they're not going to announce the hire 48 hours before he coaches against Florida. So I knew it wasn't anything like that. But I was like, boy, what is going on? And then finally, after a few more minutes of investigation, it's like, oh, Florida fans are giddy. Because apparently word has gotten around the Ole Miss campfire that they're losing their coach.
Yeah.
And
They
so,
found out.
Yeah.
They, I can still.
And they've been pretty loud about how
that they're not going to lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
JJ, I can remember driving around that game, and we're driving around the Gator Bowl listening on the radio. We're driving around, and I remember my dad going, I don't think they should have hired him. They shouldn't have hired him. My dad was a big Gator fan. I don't think they should have hired him. Because you could tell Florida's going to win. Florida's going to win. I don't think they should have hired him.
You'll get a lot of that if he lays an egg this weekend.
I can remember that. I can remember that driving around in my dad's blue Bonneville around that Gator Bowl. My dad going, I don't think they should have hired him.
Yeah, Florida could win Saturday in Oxford 41-0.
My dad wouldn't be saying that.
And I would still want Lane Kiffin to be Florida's
right.
I
head
agree
coach.
with you, but
I
there
know.
will be people that think
so.
otherwise. By the way, there was a goal line stand by the Gators
In that game?
to win that game.
Is that right? Florida had a linebacker named Kelly that was like really good, right?
Yeah, he was the MVP of the game.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that as a little kid. So anyway, we're driving around the Gator Bowl. My dad, I don't think she should have hired him. They're gonna. Isn't it funny the stuff you remember?
And then Dickey ended up being not great, right?
He was just okay.
Yeah,
okay. So, but anyway.
Two SEC played in the Gator Bowl. That was a thing back in the day.
Well, there weren't that many
I don't even know
bowls.
that. I just remember the game.
Like I wonder in that season there probably would have only been like 6 bowls, right?
Probably, yeah. I don't. What I remember is I remember the game because we're driving, we're circling the Gator Bowl. Let's just listen to the radio. So we'd hear the cheer. We'd roll down the windows and hear the cheer.
That's awesome.
It was kind of cool. So all right, let's take a break. Let's talk some Jaguar football. When we come back, I want you to hear from Jacoby Myers. I'm interested to see now that he's kind of onboarded, as they like to say, and he's been there a week and some change. How much is he targeted? I want to ask you that, and I also want to hear from Jacoby. That's how we'll kick off the program. From Jaguar football coming up on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Setting the field on fire with electrifying plays.
What a play! What a play!
But in the end, there's always a play that stood out.
Did you have to go Sports Center on me, though?
Listen for the performance painting high-performance play of the game on 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey here, and it's commercial truck season at Duval Ford. Right now, your business can drive off with serious savings. Thanks to Section 179 of the IRS tax code, you can immediately deduct the full purchase price of qualifying new or pre-owned work trucks and equipment this year, instead of depreciating it over time. Upgrade your fleet, lower your tax bill, and get to work fast. Visit DuvalFord.com to explore inventory or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today for big number 1 Duval Ford.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
I'm Elizabeth Graham, Army veteran and owner of Bright Star Care of Ponte Vedra, West Jacksonville. Veterans caring for veterans, that's where the true understanding begins. Our nurse-led team brings skilled nursing, personal care, and companionship to veterans, seniors, adults, and children right in your home. From daily tasks to advanced care, we help your loved ones stay independent and comfortable at home. Call us anytime at 904-709-4446. Bright Star Care, a higher standard.
Put the ball in the net with 60 minutes of soccer talk. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Welcome to the bundle event. Entering now our undisputed tag team champions, the mid-size SUV and the mid-century modern. Together with a State Farm agent, this auto and home duo are a powerful force of savings, service, and customizable coverage. Now, let's get ready to bundle.
Call State Farm agent Craig Dewhurst in St. Augustine at 904-940-9740.
Availability and amount of discounts and savings vary by state.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Big Chief Tire makes auto care more affordable with 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card. Frank Frangie here. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brake service, or general repairs, their expert technicians have you covered. With no interest for 6 months, now's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
When you roll into a convenience store for some cold Bud Light, you want to make sure it's, well, cold. Check out the big coolers at Circle K. They make sure it's chilled and ready to go for the big game or party. Swing by Circle K and pick up some cold Bud Light.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
We sure appreciate our friends at Big Chief Tire, the place to get tires, oil changes, automotive service, brakes, alignments. They do it all, and you can trust them. There's a reason they've done it over 60 years in our area, and why they're so respected more than ever, man. The Parman family started that thing all those years ago and still runs it. My friend Reed Parman does a magnificent job, and his sister Kelsey and so many people in that family and that operation, they're so good at their job. So I'm telling you, if you need tires, if you need oil changes and the like, Big Chief Tire with 6 locations here on the First Coast. It's going to be interesting to see the way the targets break down on Sunday. Now, I mean,
because BTJ's back.
Brian Thomas
doesn't have an injury designation.
Brian Thomas Jr. will play. De'Ami Brown will play. Parker Washington's been getting targets. Jacoby Myers has now been there a week and a half. It'll be interesting to see the way it plays out, I think.
It really will be. And, yeah, at least at receiver, they're pretty healthy. The final injury report is out, and we'll get to that. But yeah, at receiver, they're healthy. And, we talked about this yesterday on the show. I think in terms of it, if you're Trevor Lawrence and Liam Coen, I think it's a heavy dose of Parker Washington, who was fine, thank goodness. Jacoby Myers, who just arrived, but I thought looked good in the opener. And I would do a sprinkling of everybody else. I mean, I just think Brian Thomas Jr. has to earn his way back to getting, 7 or more touches in a game. I'd throw it deep to him a couple times just to loosen the Chargers up. But I would rely on Washington and Myers.
I would imagine you're not alone in that thinking. I would imagine. We'll see. We won't know till the game. But I would imagine there's a consensus of sorts among people. What the team's going to do, only they know that. But I would imagine you're not alone in that thinking. Jacoby Myers has now been here a week and a half. He now has been onboarded, as they like to say, into everything the Jags do. And he's the subject of today's one-on-one from Hayes Carline.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
All right, we're pleased to be joined with Jaguars receiver Jacoby Myers here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
I'm all good, man. Trying to bounce back and get this dub this week.
Yeah, absolutely. You were kind enough to give me some time last Friday. I appreciate that. I promise I won't hound you every Friday, but how's it been going a second week here, and how meaningful and important has that been for you?
Just gradually getting better and better, honestly, which is the goal. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to rush things, but want to make sure I get a full understanding of the playbook every week and just can be out there more and more to help the guys.
What were some things this week that you kind of put the emphasis on?
I feel like last week I couldn't go out there in 2 minutes because I wasn't fully prepared. So just being ready to go out there and perform in like critical situations, honestly, because that was tough to watch as far as just not being able to help out, you know what I mean? So definitely want to learn more plays so I can be out there in those tough situations.
And you made a lot of contributions, had a couple great catches. Were you pleased, considering the circumstances, what you were able to contribute?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, but definitely would like to be better, too, though, at the same time. I know I can. I plan on it, so just keep growing every day.
Were you, being here, obviously, weird situation, you arrive and then the team has something that's never happened in franchise history happen before. What was your response? Or what did you kind of take from these guys in terms of the response this week in practice, Jacoby?
I mean, the ability to flush it. Well, I don't feel like guys were dwelling on it too much, at least negatively. You know, at the same time, they still want to learn why it happened so it doesn't happen again, but I think they did a good job of moving on.
What's it been like working with Trevor Lawrence so far?
Yeah, I like him. I almost said something bad. I like Trevor, though. Like, he a cool dude, man, like real calm. He throw a good ball. He's just a chill dude, honestly. Like, I rock with Trev heavy, yeah.
Sunday, obviously, a huge opportunity for you guys in terms of the playoff implications that could come with beating the Chargers and getting that tiebreaker. You guys are in right now. They're in right now. How much are you looking forward to the matchup and the stakes involved in Sunday's game?
I mean, outside of the playoff stuff, it's just a fun team to compete against, you know. Like, I've seen them a lot over the past couple of years, so any chance against them is a good football game. So I'm excited to be part of good football.
You've obviously seen Derwin James a lot. What makes him such an exceptional defensive player?
I mean, he do a lot of things well, honestly. I think he played the pass game well to be somebody that can come downhill and still hit you. He react aggressively. You know what I mean? Like, he's a very talented player with a high motor. So it's always respect whenever I see him.
And they really are doing a lot of good things on all levels of their defense. What stands out as a whole when you look at the Chargers defense?
The way they keep it all in front. You know what I mean? They do a good job of making the team earn it every week, you know what I mean? So I think that's a good way to play defense. So we're going to have to earn it, for sure.
Jacoby Myers, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck to you.
For sure, appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate Jacoby's time. And again, I promise next Friday, Jacoby, I won't go up to your locker. But, I say
he says, who is this guy? He comes up every week.
And I'm like, exactly. So I promise I'll give you a break. But it's been really interesting seeing his story develop here. And again, 3 catches for 41 yards doesn't sound like much last week against Houston. But think about it, with basically arriving 4 days before the game and being able to give them anything. I thought he gave them a lift. I thought it was interesting, too, that he couldn't be in the 2-minute portion because he hadn't been there long enough to really get up to speed with that, but now is. So, again, if the Jaguars do get in that situation, Jacoby Myers hopefully can now be a part of that.
Well, and let's look. James Gladstone, who's as transparent as they come, was very clear about this. He said his superpower is he catches the football. All right, let's be honest here. Of all the things that have gone wrong, a lot's gone right, by the way. They've won 5 games here of the 9, so they have a winning record. But of the things that have gone wrong, drops have been a gigantic issue. Drops cost them against Cincinnati, probably cost them, they've got 6 or 7 wins if they haven't had some drop footballs along the way here. So drops have been a big deal. And so one of the reasons you go get Jacoby Myers is he catches the football. It'd be everybody I talked to about the guy. Here's the book on him. Damn good player. Probably not a great player. This isn't a guy that's going to run by you left and right. This isn't a guy this isn't Jamar Chase you went and got, but it's a really solid physical football player that is a pro. He's a pro's pro, and he's going to catch the football. And so drops are an issue. I mean, again, I'm not. They've been an issue, and so he's a guy that's not likely to drop the football. So I do think the mix is interesting. I said what you kind of said earlier, I agree with. I think you hit it. Brian Thomas Jr., he's not the focal point until he earns the right to be the focal point again. But that's still a marvelously talented guy. He was 3rd in the league in receiving yards last year. He was a first-round draft pick. He is ridiculously fast for a guy that big. He can really run. I hope they send him down the field. I hope they throw some deep balls. I hope he gets targeted 3 or 4 times down the field. That's the Shane Matthews says it a lot when you're talking college football, but it's about all football. Deep passes are the safest thing to do in football. It's the safest thing. Number 1, it's hard to intercept deep balls. Number 2, you can get pass interference very easily on deep balls. And if it gets picked off, it's a punt. So the safest thing to do in football is throw the ball down the field.
It even translates better to the NFL level because the penalty is a spot foul,
Correct.
not a 15-yard foul like it would be in college.
Correct. So so you have a pretty good chance of having a 40-yard play even if you don't catch the ball. That's right. So I'd like to see the ball down the field some to Brian Thomas Jr. My guess is you're going to see those same crossing routes and intermediate routes that Parker Washington has been playing so well, running so well. And my guess is you're going to see Jacoby Myers doing a little of both. Was there any news on the injury report about Brenton Strange?
He's out.
They have said he's out.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's out. He didn't practice today, so hopefully he didn't have.
So
any
they've
kind
announced
of,
him as
setback.
out.
He is out. Anton Harrison is out. Hunter Long is out. So two tight ends.
Okay.
And Jordan Lewis. So it's everybody else is fine, but boy, not having those four.
I had a
challenge.
I had a hunch Strange was going to be out. I had a hunch Jordan Lewis was going to be out. I was holding out hope on Anton Harrison. I was holding out hope that Anton Harrison would be able to play, but he's certainly had a lot of stuff, as you pointed out, you and I talked about yesterday. So, but back to the game plan. You got to run it some, and I think they're a running team. That's who they are. That's their identity. It was clear before they ever played a game. That's what Liam Coen wanted, as a team that'll run the football, which is what Jim Harbaugh likes too, by the way. So you're going to see the ball on the ground a lot, or you're going to see the ball run a lot, I should say. But I do hope there's some deep balls. I think the one way to open up running lanes and to really open up those intermediate passing lanes without being cliche, you got to throw it down the field some. You got to hit a few of those. You know, that looked like something that Trevor and Brian Thomas Jr. were going to be. You were going to see an awful lot of that a few years ago. You got to hit some of those. And so I hope you will. I want to make one other point about Jacoby Myers, and I want to stay with me on this. He's a really smart player. That's the book on him. Parker Washington's a really smart player. And by the way, I don't have any reason to believe Brian Thomas Jr. and De'Ami Brown and this guy and that guy aren't smart players. They're all smart players. But you know when Trevor Lawrence was at his best and when this offense was at its best? When it had Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and Evan Ingram were the four receivers. Ingram, the move tight end, but sort of almost a wide receiver. Marvin Jones, we forget about him. Zay Jones, Christian Kirk. You know what they all had in common? They were really cerebral players. All four of those guys were veterans. They had been in the league for a while, Hayes. They understood routes. They understood each other's routes. They never ran a wrong route. They were all veteran guys. And it's not a coincidence that when that was the receiving core, that the team had by far its best year. Trevor Lawrence, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. The team went to the final 8 of the NFL. I remember when the trade was made, sort of, when Marvin Jones was out and Ridley was in. Is that what it was? Or was it Zay Jones out and Ridley in? Something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I remember we thought it was an upgrade because here comes Ridley with all that speed and all that ability to go with Christian Kirk and to go with Evan Ingram. Well, and again, this isn't to say Calvin Ridley wasn't a smart player. I'm sure he's a very smart player.
He's not a smart player.
But I will tell you that Zay Jones.
Are you talking about Calvin Ridley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the dumbest players that has ever walked into Jacksonville.
But I will tell you, Zay Jones and Marvin Jones were so cerebral that you never busted a route. And I think that mattered. Well, I think Jacoby Myers is another player that brings you that. And again, I don't have any reason to believe De'Ami Brown and Brian Thomas Jr. aren't that, but they haven't been around as long. They haven't played as much in the league. Parker Washington is ahead of his years in terms of that, and Jacoby Myers has been around a while, so I think they understand defense. They understand what the defensive backs are trying to do. So the point is, I got a little wordy there, but I think Jacoby Myers brings a little of that Marvin Jones, Zay Jones experience, veteran savvy that they haven't had as much around here. I guess that's the point.
Yeah, and he's really the only one that does it because it's hard to ask a second-year guy in Brian Thomas Jr.
That's right.
to have that.
Of course it is.
It'd be unfair. Now, there's other things we can certainly criticize Brian Thomas Jr. for this season, but that's not one. And Parker Washington's young. I mean, these guys they're cubs, in terms of their NFL careers. So I do think that was another important addition of adding Jacoby Myers. Is that what you're talking about? Because he'd have fit right in. Like Jacoby Myers having a beer and talking football with Marvin Jones and Zay Jones
100%.
and Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk, he'd fit right in.
100%.
He's the only one currently on the roster that I think would. Now again,
by the way, you said it way more succinctly than I did, but that's exactly right.
Yeah, and so again, it's no knock on it. You can't ask young receivers to have that. You've got to. That only comes with time. But yeah, I do think it speaks volumes that Trevor Lawrence's success came with by far the smartest receiving core he ever had. And then they brought in Ridley, who was a nice guy and talented, but really had trouble learning the playbook. And again, I think in looking at their core now, like Jacoby Myers is somebody that's you never know where the money is going to go and things like that. And hopefully he can stay healthy over the second half of the season here. But they need that. They need somebody that can lead a room. I mean, Tim Patrick probably is in the same boat, but he doesn't play really enough to be that kind of mentor that I do think is needed. And again, it's not De'Ami Brown's fault. It's not Parker Washington's fault. It's not Brian Thomas Jr.'s fault. They just haven't been in the league really long enough and haven't had significant roles. De'Ami Brown's in his 5th year, but no one's ever looked at him like the guy. He was never that in Washington. He had like 3 playoff games, then all of a sudden got a $10 million contract from this team. So it's just, it just hasn't, there just has been an experience that has been lacking in the group, and Jacoby Myers really helps, fix that.
We'll take a break. Let's talk some college football. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is your escape. This is your next adventure. This is Mazda, and this is Mazda at the Avenues. Lauren Brooks here. Right now, purchase any new Mazda model, and Mazda at the Avenues will match your down payment or your payments for 1 full year. Plus, every new Mazda comes with 3 years, 36,000 miles of maintenance at no additional charge to you. This is luxury, and this is the start of something new. This is Mazda at the Avenues. For complete details, call 904-430-8047.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. With so many messages, we know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. We'll help you find doctors to get you better, and we'll work hard to maximize any recovery. Visit our website and look at our reviews to see how we've helped people just like you make this important decision. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Pregame Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA golf professional. Take it from me, if you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a Dandy today.
Hi folks, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
It's happening. The event people wait for all year, Beards Diamonds Anniversary Sale. Hicken here as the town center's only locally owned jeweler. Say hi to the Lupos when you go there. Beards celebrates 44 years at Jacksonville with huge store-wide saving. That's right, you save up to 44% on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands. Buy now and get as much as 44% off Beards' already amazing prices. Check out Beard's new collection of amazing diamond necklaces with both natural or lab-grown diamonds, or see their selection of the hottest yellow gold fashion jewelry starting under $300. And if you're getting engaged, you can get the ring of her dreams and save like never before at Beard's. Beard's Diamonds, because they're local, can run circles around those corporate chain stores. Better selection, better prices, better service, better quality. Don't settle for chain store jewelry. Get her the best at Beard's. Don't miss Beard's Diamond Anniversary Sale. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beard's.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
Frangie, Carline, La Selva with you. You know, we're going to dinner with some friends tonight, so I won't probably watch the second half. I'm kind of interested in Louisville Clemson, JJ. You know, that game.
Miami needs it.
Yeah. Well,
Miami, you need Clemson to win.
You
Correct.
need Clemson, yeah. But that's a fun game, I think. You think?
That is a fun game.
Yeah,
I think Clemson's going to
Some of those Friday nighters aren't great. That's a good Friday
Oregon
nighter.
also plays Minnesota.
Yeah.
I know it's a huge point spread, but
Yeah.
I've seen crazier things happen, and Oregon hasn't exactly impressed me lately.
PJ Fleck has done the unthinkable.
Row the boat.
You know what they got to do tonight? They got to row the boat.
Yeah, that's right.
If they row the boat, that changes
Did
everything.
I see him get kind of chippy about row the boat like
Did
a
he?
couple weeks ago?
Wow, I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
I love the fact he wears the. Does he still wear the tie?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
still got the tie. He's going to row the boat.
The Al Golden tie.
Yeah, Al Golden tie. That's right, Al Golden wore that. But that game's got some.
That's a good game.
Intrigue for me tonight. Well, we talked.
And it's just fun because, will Clemson continue to just be an
Yeah.
abject failure?
I remember earlier in the season, the first time Dabo really went off the rails in a presser, he was like, do you think we're going to finish 6-6? I don't. And it's like, oh, you might be actually worse than that.
JJ, the thing he said is, hey, if they're tired of winning, okay. If you're tired of winning,
I'll
I'll
go
win.
somewhere
You
else.
want me- okay, you're tired of winning, okay. I'll go do it somewhere else.
Famous last
Oh
words.
my goodness.
They did look great against FSU, whatever that means.
To that end, good,
Nothing.
Yeah.
good segue. If Virginia Tech goes in there and wins, then do they fire him?
Oh yeah, I think he's. I think he's
no,
getting fired.
But I mean, do they fire him this week?
How could you? I mean,
this is the one.
Sunday morning. If they lose to Virginia Tech,
I think so too.
He's out Sunday morning.
I haven't agreed with you on one of those yet, but I think if Virginia Tech, who by all accounts, once upon a time was a good program, they're terrible.
They're playing out the string.
They don't have a coach.
Yeah, I mean, so if Virginia Tech comes in there, and what's that crowd going to look like?
Will they even have 50,000?
Yeah, I mean that's no one's there. I mean, if Virginia Tech goes in there and beats them, I think you have to. 58 million be damned. And I will tell you, I get this hunch that they could go get Kenny Dillingham. And I said before, when I did my who would go there, I said Jimbo, because I think Dillingham's going to Auburn. I still think that. But if I'm Dillingham, I don't go to Auburn if I could have FSU.
Totally agree.
And so if I think they could get him. I really do. I think they could get him this year.
The other thing, too, is everybody focuses on the $58 million buyout for Mike Norvell. Well, newsflash. He doesn't make $30 million a year. It's not like a year from now, the buyout goes from $58 million to $28 million. He makes $7-8 million a year.
He gave back some, too, right?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you're right.
So,
Your point. It's
so the
unchangeable.
buyout is, it's we don't want to pay a $58 million buyout for right now. Well, next year, it's going to be what, 50? I mean, it's still going to be ridiculous, and you will have wasted the 2026 season. I frankly don't even know why he's still in his chair in his office. I don't know why he's wearing anything that even has a spear on it. I mean, what are they doing? It is malpractice that Mike Norvell is still even in the city of Tallahassee.
He just wants to take his spear. You don't think he got a spear, do you? On a Friday afternoon, do you think he got a spear?
The buyout. I mean, the buyout. Well, the buyout is barely going to change a year from now.
Oh, he just wants his spear. That is tremendous. Meanwhile, that was awesome. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech has won one time in the last month. They needed 2 overtimes to win a home game against California, who had traveled 12 trillion miles to the game. That's the only game Virginia Tech has won in the last month. They have won 3 times this year. They beat Wofford. They beat Cal in 2 overtimes in a home game, and somehow they did go win at NC State 23-21. But they have been miserable.
The ACC is crazy because NC State could beat Miami tomorrow. I'm telling you, like,
I
they're
agree.
not bad.
Yeah,
it's just like every week
There's
you
no,
see these
there's no.
insanity.
I still think Miami's the best team in that league.
I do too.
But it means nothing.
But it means nothing.
Yeah.
And there certainly is not a dominant team.
No.
Yeah, I think FSU wins easily against Virginia Tech, but if they don't,
I would think it's like the Wake Forest game.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think they win. Let's take a break. Hayes has headlines after this, so stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's a coast-to-coast connection as the Lightning Bolts travel 2,400 miles from Southern California to North Florida, Santa Monica Pier to Jack's Beach. LA has Lightning Bolts, but Jacksonville has Jungle Thunder. Jaguars, Chargers. Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified, fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Find a location near you at hurricanewings.com.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Hey, Hicken here. This episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right gets you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season. Simple to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you cash in. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You want flexibility? Choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. When your player leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. It's good to be right.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Welcome back to the Frangie Show. Frank Frangie is here, as is JJ LaSalva. I am Hayes Carline.
Are you bringing the heat right here? I need it.
I'm going to try
I'm in a good mood on a Friday. I played golf. It's a beautiful day, so I want good headlines.
Good headlines?
Bring the dang heat, okay?
Here's a guarantee.
All right, that's all I got.
I will make a Joe Namath guarantee that you're going to enjoy these.
I love that. Okay, you know what? I believe you. I believe Namath. I believe you.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's start with Jaguars Chargers. Injury report is out. And it's not a great one for the Jaguars. No Anton Harrison, no Jordan Lewis, no Brenton Strange, and no Hunter Long. Everybody else will play. They don't have anybody listed as questionable. But of those four, Frank, which do you think is the most concerning?
This week, I'm concerned about Anton Harrison because they haven't been without him. I think Cole Van Lannon will probably be the right tackle, and they love him. They think he's the sixth best lineman, he's their sixth man, if you will, and he's been very good. But they haven't been playing without him. They've become accustomed to playing without Brenton Strange. I can't wait to get him back. He might be the best player of that group you ran off. And Jordan Lewis really matters, but they've had to play without him. So Jordan Lewis is probably the one they'll miss the most, but they've at least started to get accustomed to that. Jarian Jones has not been bad in that slot. Anton Harrison, they haven't had to replace their right tackle, so that one concerns me.
The Chargers ruled no one out. They've got some guys that are questionable, but at this point, the Chargers look like they're with the guys that aren't on IR look like they're pretty healthy. Let's get it to Liam Coen, who met with reporters earlier today and was asked about these Chargers weapons in the passing game: McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, and rookie tight end Oronde Gadsden Jr.
It's up there for sure. They're very detailed route runners, I think. They all complement each other really well, and especially with Gadsden being that big skill tight end, and they complement each other well. Their route detail, I think, is very good. Their spacing in the pass game, you can tell it's understood. I think that was something maybe over the last year, if you were looking at them playing them last year, was something that, they just needed to continue to get better at, maybe add in a piece too, and you can see what that's done for that group and for that offense. And Justin's playing with confidence, letting it rip to those guys, understanding where they're going to be, the timing, and their run after catch. They've all had run after catch. So it's definitely a talented unit that is going to challenge us for sure.
We say this every week, Hayes. They're playing another good team. They're 7-3. Last week, you played the number 1 ranked defense in the league. This week, the number 4 ranked defense. Did you realize that?
Yeah.
It's the number 4 ranked defense in the league this week, and a team with great weapons on offense. So it's another big challenge. It really is.
This might be the most balanced team they've played.
Well, certainly offense, defense, it is.
Yeah, the Chargers are 8th in yards offensively and 4th in yards allowed defensively.
Right.
And they're excellent on third down on both sides of the ball. So, yeah, it's a great point. Very, very difficult test again for the Jaguars. Let's get it to around the NFL. The Patriots take down the Jets 27-14 last night as rookie running back Travion Henderson scores 3 touchdowns. The Patriots improved to 9-2, 8 straight wins for New England.
I know I say the same thing every day, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, so indulge me or forgive me. But the Tennessee Titans looked and said, he's not a good coach. Let's get another one. Let's go get Brian Callahan.
It's in the running for worst singular decision a franchise has made in the last 10 years.
It has to be, Hayes. And by the way, we're not piling on now. You and I both said,
we love the guy.
When Vrabel got fired, we all said, "What are they doing?"
Thank goodness.
Yeah, right. And everybody said that. So good for the Patriots. They're really good. They've got a really good young quarterback. They got a terrific young running back, and they got one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Let's get to some injuries around the league. Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud will miss his 2nd straight game with a concussion. The Texans travel to the Titans. Do you think that one could get dicey at all for Houston, or they're going to romp with Davis Mills anyway?
I don't. I think they're very physical. I think the Texans have found a little something. Jags almost put them out of their misery last week. I think they have an easy time in Nashville.
Take the under.
Yeah,
well, and there's definitely that.
The 49ers will have quarterback Brock Purdy back versus Arizona. Purdy has missed several weeks with a toe injury that actually got injured in the loss to the Jaguars. I do think there's a difference between Mac Jones and Brock Purdy, but it's been interesting, the narrative from some that Mac Jones is on the same level as Brock Purdy.
There's some have said Mac should keep playing. Most have said that there's not a significant difference. I love Mac Jones. He's a Jacksonville guy. He's a Bowls guy. He played here. for a little while with the Jags. But Brock Purdy got the team to a Super Bowl. But Brock Purdy, there is a difference. Now, Purdy wasn't great when the Jags went out there because I think he was still playing hurt the one game he did play. But I agree with you, Hayes. There is a difference between them, and getting Brock Purdy back, if they ever get him back healthy, will make a big difference.
Let's get to Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani wins NL MVP honors, his 4th MVP in the last 5 years. So I was curious.
Is he good? Is he good, do you think?
I was curious about where is he from a career numbers standpoint now. He's 31. His career numbers, he's got 280 home runs.
Wow.
He's also won 39 games with a 3.00 ERA. He's worked 528 and 2/3 innings pitched with 670 strikeouts.
Yeah. He now, because I'm old, and old people hold off, push back because they like their old guys. Not that I was like around when Babe Ruth played, but I said one time there would never be a player as great as Ruth. I said that many times. He had 714 home runs. You know what Babe Ruth's career batting average is? You know it? 342. 342. And he had 100 big league wins as a pitcher. I said there will never be another player like that. You can play forever. There will never. Well, I was wrong. This guy does all that and steals bases, and continues to pitch. So this is the most talented player that our sport has ever seen. It really is. I didn't believe that, JJ, that there'd be somebody, but there is.
So what I'll say about Ruth is he was hitting more homers than like the rest of the league at that point.
Yeah.
So I think like the difference between him and everybody else in that era was so drastic that I would still probably say he's the best ever. But I mean, in my life, having watched all these guys, I would say the best player I've ever seen is Ohtani. It's not even close.
Same. And I'm a good bit older than you, and I think the same thing.
Let's look at the American League, where Aaron Judge wins MVP honors. Judge received 17 first-place votes to 13 for Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh. Judge became the 4th Yankees player to win at least 3 MVPs, joining Yogi Berra, Joe DiMaggio, and Mickey Mantle.
Look, Judge is a great player. He's not only a great hitter, he's a great outfielder, he's a great teammate. He's a star. He wears a star's number. He's one of the most notable players in the league, and you can never fault him. Cal Raleigh hit 60 home runs while catching and is a very good catcher. Cal Raleigh should have been the. I'm not belittling Judge at all, JJ, but Cal Raleigh should have been the MVP.
I agree, but I called it last night or yesterday on the show.
You did. You said it. You did.
The difference in OPS and I think like batting average. Here's the deal. Back in the day, even when I was a kid, Cal Raleigh would have won this MVP because it's about the storyline and everything, and they'll get tired of voting Judge in every year. But everything is so analytical in baseball now, and every writer looks at all the stats and everything that they just. That's why Ohtani's going to get it like every year in the National League.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks.
I agree. Let's get to pop culture, because 39 years ago today, Frank, this happened.
All right, listen up. Here's what we're going to do. Jimmy, they're going to be expecting you to take the last shot. We're going to use you as a decoy. Buddy, you get the ball, give it to Merle on the picket fence. He's going to take the last shot. All right, let's go. What's the matter with you guys? What's the matter with you?
I'll make it.
All right. Buddy, get the ball to Jimmy, top of the key. Buster, just spread the floor. Let's go.
39 years ago today, happy anniversary, Hoosiers, released in theaters back in 1986.
When I saw that it was 39, I saw it too. I mean, I was almost emotional. It was it still might be my favorite sports movie. It is one of the greatest sports movies. Hackman was magnificent. Barbara Hershey was magnificent. It was so well cast. It was such it's hard to be the best underdog Cinderella story when there's 7,000 of those out there. There's Rocky and Rudy and 1,000 of them. Man, that might be the best one. It was really, really, really good. I saw it today too, and I wanted to run home, pull up Netflix or whatever, and go watch it. Didn't you? I mean, I wanted to go watch it. So great job on that.
I was telling the media boys that it was the 39th anniversary day, and John Osher just looks at me and says, "My team is on the floor."
Yeah. And
that's the thing.
That's
one
right.
of those.
My team's on the floor.
Yeah. Anybody that you mention Hoosiers to that loves sports, they're going to have a favorite line they're going to share with you. We will get you out on today's musical note of the day. Kind of an interesting piece of rock and roll history. fetched a lofty price at auction yesterday. The first Nirvana record ever played on a radio station, ever. Sold for roughly $59,000. The record was for the song Love Buzz, which I didn't even know was a cover, but it is. It's not an original Nirvana song. So Love Buzz appears on the group's first album, Bleach, released in 1989. 2 years later, Nirvana released the album Nevermind, which featured their anthem Smells Like Teen Spirit. But interesting, they have the first record that was ever played over the airwaves, the first Nirvana record, sold yesterday for $59,000.
Pretty amazing stuff. One of the great bands of the 90s, no question about that. On Sunday night, J.J. LaSelva's going to be at the game. Have you heard that?
I have.
I mean, he's going to be seeing Gator Hoops, Canes. Oh, he'll be locked in there. He'll be doing that youth thing they do, sitting up in the stands and doing all that. I'm going to give two people a chance to go with him, or at least go when he goes. What do you want, JJ? Caller 3?
Let's do it.
Caller 3, 641-1010. You're going to see the Gators and the Canes play hoops on Sunday night. Back after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
He's our Big Mac.
Woo! It's Smash Mouth football, baby!
Tom McManus brings his big opinions to Jaguars Today.
Every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on 1010 XL.
Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow ya.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Welcome to the bundle event. Entering now our undisputed tag team champions, the mid-size SUV and the mid-century modern. Together with a State Farm agent, this auto and home duo are a powerful force of savings, service, and customizable coverage. Now, let's get ready to bundle.
Call State Farm agent Gene Coleman in Jacksonville at 904-764-4139.
Availability and amount of discounts and savings vary by state.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Truth Teller here, and I've solved all of your holiday problems and stress. A gift card from the Blue Crab Crab House. Get this, you buy a $50 gift card, and you get an additional $15 card for free. It's that simple, and as always at the Blue Crab Crab House, the best crabs in Jacksonville, oysters and seafood, period. Blue Crab Crab House, open every day except for Monday, off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
The holidays are kicking off early at Nimnick Chevrolet. Right now, you can save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0% on models including Silverado, Equinox, and Trailblazer during the Red Tag sales event. Now, unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. And with their extensive selection, you're sure to find your perfect truck or SUV at Nimnick. Remember, Nimnick will always give you top dollar for your trade. Want an even better deal? Ask about our demo models for deeper discounts. Plus, the biggest sale of the year is coming, Nimnick's bigger than ever Black Friday event. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So shop online 24/7 at nimnickchevy.com or visit that terrific car dealership right there at the corner of Park and Castle. Now's the time to head to Nimnick. Who's got more new vehicles at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Head to Nimnick today.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosser here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Prior to the Miami vs. Florida basketball game Sunday night, head over to the VyStar Trophy tailgate. The event kicks off at 5:30 p.m. at the VyStar Memorial Arena Plaza and is free and open to the public. Come take a picture with the National Championship Trophy and support local pride ahead of the highly anticipated UF vs. Miami basketball game. It's 69 degrees at 5 o'clock time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
All right, Jaguars fans, it is time to rally. It is time to get fired up. It is time to get livid. It is time to be in the stadium Sunday when the Chargers come in. This is a playoff game. This is one of the most important games left in the season. The weather is going to be fantastic. The Chargers, they can't block anybody. You have a chance to affect this game. Crowd noise will be a big determining factor in who wins Sunday. Why? Because the Chargers' tackles are substandard. And if they've got to go silent and they lose an extra microsecond, it could lead to the play that switches the game around. It could lead to the play that brings the victory to the Jaguars. You can impact Sunday's game. If you sit home, you're putting a smile on Jim Harbaugh's face. If you want to do Jim Harbaugh a favor, stay away on Sunday. I know you're upset about how the Texans game went, but you got to flush it because you've got a playoff game in your stadium on Sunday. Both of these teams are currently in the field. The winner of this game is in all likelihood going to make the playoffs. Be loud, be great like you always are, and show Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh what the Jaguar fan base can be.
Yeah, I would say this. And I also think it could be a really fun day. I mean, listen, we love football. You only get, 9 of these a year, 8 of these a year, whatever it is. You only get to do this 8 times. This is football weather. I mean, you're not going to be hot. You're not going to be cold. You're not going to be wet. This is a really good day to go. I mean, I really think that. And listen, I don't ever tell anyone how to spend their disposable income, but you're coming up on Thanksgiving's right around the corner. The holidays are right around the corner. It's a beautiful weather day. And by the way, you've got a team in playoff contention, and so
they're in.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
They're in the field currently.
Right. So that's correct. So you have a potential playoff team. Let's all have a party. I hope you're right, Hayes. I'm glad you said that because I really, you're more objective guy. I'm more the homer guy. But I think we all would agree that this is a good opportunity to go have fun at the ballpark. I mean, this is a really good day to do it. I do find that people find I understand how hot it is in September. That's why they're rebuilding. That's why they're taking that out of play with the Stadium of the Future. I understand you're busier. School's just started. But toward the holidays when people tend to take more time off, are more relaxed, businesses tend to be more relaxed. Perfect weather again. I'm with you. I hope people go out there. So I'm with you. Great call on the Hammer Time. Before we break, say hello to Pete Prisco. Where's Justin Herbert in that? What group is he in? Is he in the Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar right there group? Burrow? Is he one rung behind them? Because he's no lower than that, I would think. How do you see Justin Herbert?
I think he's the first guy out of the top tier. So I would not put him in there with Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen. But I think once you get beyond those guys, I think he's the next guy in. I mean, you do have to do something in the playoffs, I think, before you can be considered elite. Now, I think he gets bashed way too much for it. I think people will say, well, he's not even a good player because of the lack of playoff success, which I don't buy. I think Justin Herbert is a great player. But to get into that elite group, yeah, he's got to get a playoff win under his belt. And obviously even more than that, but that's a good first step for him. So for me, I mean, look, I mean, he's their guy. I mean, he will be the Chargers starting quarterback for another decade if he stays healthy. I mean, he is everything that you'd want in a franchise quarterback, and I think he's having an exceptional year. But until we see him do it in the playoffs, I think for me, he's leading the second tier from the top.
Yeah, and I think that's probably right too. I also think the quarterbacks ultimately are going to be judged on what they win. Yeah, I really believe that. As great as Dan Marino was, you'll never convince football historians he's better than Joe Montana. Even though he's bigger, had a better arm, had a quicker release, had better passing stats, real football people would never tell you they think he's better. They won't. And I used to have this Manning-Brady debate before Brady won 4 more, and now there is no debate. But before Brady had won all of them, there was that debate, and I said, you're always judged on how much you win. So to your point, until he wins, he'll never be regarded like Mahomes who wins. But he's a good player. Trevor Lawrence is undefeated against him, beat him twice. This is a really big matchup for Trevor because I think it is a game where Trevor could have a good game against them. I really do believe that. I think this is an opportunity. I think the Jags are going to be able to run it some against them. It's a beautiful day. It's a home game. I think it's a great opportunity for Trevor. I believe that. It's a great opportunity. This is a great matchup for the Jags. If you win this game, you're 6-4 and the narrative still stays positive about you, the national narrative. If you lose the game, you've lost 4 out of 5, and there will be some same old Jags. There was some talk about same old Jags. That's not fair, but that's reality. So this is a really, really big game. You called it a narrative game earlier. We both did. And again, guys, they play a lot of good teams, man. If you look at how many good teams, this will be their 10th game. If you look at how many good teams they've played, I mean, the Texans are a good team. I know they're 4-5, but they're a better team than that. They've played the Rams. They've played the Seahawks. They've played the 49ers. They've played the Chiefs. Now they're playing the Chargers. I mean, I know it's the NFL. I know everybody's good. I get it. But, man, they've played a lot of good teams.
They really have, and that's why if they can get a win Sunday, you're now at the end of that. So you're 6-4, 2 to go against the Titans. I don't think the Colts are sweeping the Jags, and I don't think the Jags are sweeping the Colts. I think that's going to be a split.
That's how it's been.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what history tells us. So you get 2 against the Titans. You get a split against the Colts. You beat the Jets. You beat the Cardinals on the road. That's 5 right there. So now you've got 6 plus 5. You're at 11, which obviously would get you in. And it just gives you – that's why this isn't a must-win, because if they do lose the game, they have a comfortable enough of a final road that they could still get to 10 which I think would probably get them in. But if you win Sunday, now you've given yourself a little bit of slack that you can play with. Hopefully they won't need to play with it. Hopefully they'll take care of business. But if you can win Sunday and you just take care of the games that you should win, then going to Denver, house money game. Doesn't really matter what you do. If you win, great, but you don't have to beat the Broncos at Mile High, and you don't have to beat the Colts in Indy.
So it'll be interesting to see. Big game, no question about it. Let's continue to talk about that game and other things in the NFL. Pete Prisco's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Saturday and Sunday, we watch the games.
We're all on the same page then.
We spend Monday talking about what we saw. Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Post-Game Monday. Makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jacks.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it. Grip it? And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter is the trusted partner for some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carlion for Harold and Harold. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harold and Harold. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold and Harold at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Jacksonville homes are selling, but it can take months, and it takes a price lower than you want. Well, getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive the demand to sell your home. And they have this unbelievable promise and guarantee. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. If you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy are going to aggressively market your home, and they're going to get it. Anthony and Mary in Palm Coast said, we wanted to move back home closer to family. Getting max price was more important than a fast sell, but we had only purchased our home last year, so we didn't have much equity. After just 23 days of aggressive marketing with Chad and Sandy, they sold our house at the price we needed to make the move. Call the Jacksonville experts you can trust, and I recommend. Call Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or chadandsandy.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes. the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Time for all things Jaguars and NFL with Pete Prisco. The Prisco Report, presented by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Showtime.
On The Frangie Show.
We thank our friends from Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Hey, right now they've got Travis Hunter bobbleheads in the store, and people love those. That is the perfect gift for all Jaguar fans. The Travis Hunter bobbleheads are there right now. So if you have a Jaguar fan you're buying for, man, that is the perfect gift. Get over to Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles for all your collectible needs. They're at the corner of Phillips and Shad Road. Of course, you find them on all the social channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pete Prisco joins us now. Pete, we'll get to the Jags coming up in just a bit. Hayes and I were talking about this. Mike Vrabel is such a good coach. What in the world were the Titans thinking? Is that one of the worst firings like ever, at least in recent years in the NFL?
It's bad. It's bad. I mean, look, he had success there. People forget that.
Right.
And then you go get rid of him. And look, what he does, he instills a toughness in a team, but it sure helps to have that quarterback too, though. I mean, that kid's good, really good and getting better. So, yeah, I get it. And they spent a lot of money on defense. I mean, they have 6 guys on that defense who came in free agency or starters.
Right.
And one of them isn't Chason, who plays a lot, by the way. So, I think he instills a toughness and a culture there, and the players respond to him. So, yeah, you're right. Bad firing by the Titans.
Yeah, Pete, without a doubt. Looking at the Jaguar game Sunday against the Chargers, what matchup do you think favors the Jaguars the most, and which one do you think will give them the most trouble?
Well, I think the receivers down the field against that secondary will give them trouble. And that counts Gadsden, too, by the way, who's become a really good receiving tight end, because he was a wide receiver. That's what he was, and then he bulked him up, and now he's a tight end. He's going to be a problem for the Jaguar safeties, who, by the way, Wingard can't run, doesn't cover anybody very well, and Antonio Johnson blows coverages all over the place, and that's a major problem. And so I think that's going to be one of the biggest problems for them. And, everybody wonders, well, what can Campanelli do? Well, what can you do? I mean, if you blitz, then you leave those guys in some one-on-one situations they can't handle. Monteric Brown's a feisty little corner, but he can't run. He can't cover anybody one-on-one. And so you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because the pass rushers aren't getting home. So I think, look, for Campanelli calling a game, and I know they're going to try to do a little bit different, you got to do, if you can't keep doing the same thing, it's going to eat you alive because you don't pressure the quarterback. But the back end's not a real favorable matchup in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Pete, this is another thing we talked about earlier in the program today, too. The NFL is so good, and teams change so much, and there's so much parity compared to other leagues that you never really know what you're getting. And I sound like I'm making excuses. I'm not intending to. But these first 10 games for the Jags, if you realize that the Texans are still a pretty good team, they're the best defense in the league, you've had the Texans twice, the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Chiefs, now the Chargers. Boy, that's turned out to be a brutal first 10 games, hasn't it? Certainly more than I expected it to be when I first saw the schedule.
Yeah, and again, where you're at with that schedule, you'd probably, before the season, you would have taken it. It's just how you got there that's disappointing, I think. And blowing that lead last week was inexcusable to a backup quarterback. I mean, that was just, you can't allow that to happen. And, you look at their defensive line. There's a lot of assets and money tied up in that line. You talk about Walker was the first overall pick. Josh Heindel is making big money for the position. Devon Hamilton's making a pretty good chunk of change for the position, and Armstead is. And there were times where they didn't even blow on the guy. That can't happen. And so I think that's, and I don't know how they're going to, and I know, give Liam Coen credit because he basically called them all out and said something has to change, and we'll see. Because if you don't do that against Herbert, he's going to carve you up.
Pete, how would you like to see the Jaguars target the receivers? Which one would you prioritize looking at the group now?
Is Brian Thomas going to play?
He's going to play.
He's going to play.
He doesn't look good, though, in the stuff you saw from practice. I know you guys are out there. Just I'm talking about the video. It didn't look like he was really pushing off on his leg, but you saw better than I did. Go to him. I mean, that's where you got to go. And by the way, I want to give Parker Washington a lot of credit. That kid's a football player, man. He's just a tough, good, hard-nosed football player. And if you had a bunch of guys like him on your team, you win a lot of football games. So, but yeah, I think Brian Thomas has to get it going. I love what Liam Coen said this week. Let it go, Trevor. Let it go. And I've been saying that for a long time. Rip it. You have to be able to take those shots down the field. And it's a curse in this league now. It's not just him. It's not just, as a struggling quarterback, him. It's all over the league. These coaches are scared to take shots. The quarterbacks have become scared to take shots. And it really hinders an offense. And I can go to some of the good teams and show that. You saw the Packers the other day. Same thing. They run on first down almost every play. Ridiculous. You go to the Bills. The Bills need to turn Josh Allen loose. They haven't for whatever reason. Sure, Cook's a good runner, but you got to get chunk plays in the passing game. And I think Liam Coen coming out this week and saying, let it go, let it go, let it go, is something I've been preaching about Trevor Lawrence for a long time. And if he can't do it and won't do it, then you got a major problem.
Do you sense that that's where we're headed Sunday, with a lot of balls down the field, little tempo, more attempts than the pass, than in the past? Do you anticipate that game? Because that's not who the Jaguars have been a running team first, which is what we all knew they would be under Liam Coen. Do you expect that, Pete? The ball down the field a bunch?
Well, I think you got to dictate tempo some. And you can't go run. And granted, I know you want to run the ball. Go run, and then ask them to make a play on third down with the way the offensive line's been playing in recent weeks. So you got to take your shots. And I think you take them in the early downs, and then you run. Get a lead and run. That's the ideal formula, is to get a lead and run. And so I do think they need to take some shots, but it's more than just the play calling, because there were plays called where he turns it loose. He's got a big play. He won't turn it loose. It's time for him to turn it loose. And I said this on Monday on our show. I said they need to have sat him down this week and put on the second half of the playoff game against the Chargers and said, this is who you need to be right there. That guy right there is who you need to be. No worries. Had to play loose. Had to play free. They were getting blown out, and he did it. So go into the game with that mentality, and I think you'll have success.
What's your assessment of Justin Herbert?
See, he's where Trevor Lawrence needs to be. When he scrambles, and he can move, but when he scrambles to throw. He makes big plays off of his scramble. He's got a great arm. The arm is amazing to watch. But more than that, he seems to have a great feel for it. And he, look, his offensive line right now, the way it's constructed, is bad. In fact, they're going to make a change. I think it looks like Penning's going to go in at left tackle, and they're going to get that Deckelus off the field because he's the worst tackle in the league. He makes Walker Little look like Baselli. I mean, that's how bad he is. And so they made a change, but still, the line hasn't been good. He still put up numbers.
This is a big game, and for obvious reasons, where you're in the standings, Pete. But I think I asked you this last week about the Texans. I'll ask you again here. If you win this game, I mean, you need to regain some confidence, right? I just get the sense if you lose this game, you're 5-5. You will have lost 4 out of 5. To your point earlier about how you've lost them, the narrative of same old Jags, whether it's fair or not, comes into play. If you win the game, right now you're a playoff team. Well, you remain a playoff team. You're 6-4. The schedule's about to get a little easier. I mean, I think from an emotional standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, this game's gigantic, don't you?
Absolutely. You're right, though. If they had gone into the game right now, the exact same record, and it happened in a different form where they won 1 or 2 down the stretch, after losing some to open the season, you'd sit there and say, hey, they're going to get on a roll, and maybe this team can make the playoffs, rather than they're in the playoffs now, and boy, they don't look like it or feel like it, and they're just holding on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, your mentality is correct. I think if they win this game, they can go to Arizona next week and win that game, and then all of a sudden you're smack dab in the middle of it again. Here's the other thing, though. The next 4 weeks, all those games I think are winnable. They look, the Colts are good, but Jacksonville owns the Colts in Jacksonville. We know that history. So the next 4 games, they could easily win all 4 of them, but they could easily lose all 4 of them too, and that's where they are right now.
Who do you think wins with Tampa Bay going up to Buffalo?
Bad spot for the Bucs, and here's why. Bucs are a good team. They're getting healthier. But their division, I don't care what they do. If they lose that game, and I know next week they play a tough one. I think they play the Rams next week. They're still going to win the division because who's going to threaten them in that division? Carolina? They can't win at home against the Saints. The Saints? No. The Falcons aren't very good. And so I think it means more to Buffalo than it does to Tampa Bay. Coming off that loss to Miami, back home. You saw the Patriots win on Thursday, so I think it's a spot for Buffalo to go, handle their business if they let Josh Allen throw it around. And it's time. I mean, you realize that the Bills are first in the league on runs on neutral downs. I mean, that means that they're on first down, 1st and 10, they're running it. You got to let Josh Allen throw the ball around. That's what you have to do. If you don't, you're not winning games.
Pete, of the 6 2-loss teams in the NFL, Rams, Seahawks, Eagles, Patriots, Colts, Broncos, who's the best? Who surprised you the most? Because at least for today, those are the top 6 teams. That doesn't mean they're the best teams. That doesn't mean the Chiefs aren't one of the best teams. But for today, the Rams, Seahawks, Eagles, Patriots, Colts, and Broncos have only lost 2 games. What are you surprised most about, and who's the best of those teams?
The Patriots are the biggest surprise. I thought they were a year away. I really did. Now, their schedule is really easy. I mean, they're on a 7-game winning 8 now, right? 8-game winning.
8 in a row, right.
Okay, they play the Bengals next week, and then they play the Giants before their bye. That schedule's a joke. I mean, they went Jets, Bengals, Giants. I mean, they're going to have a 10-game winning streak going into their bye, barring a disaster. They're going to have a 10-game winning streak. So they're the biggest surprise. I think the best team right now, and we'll know more about them on Sunday, is Seattle. I think Seattle's defense is nasty, and we haven't seen the best of it because they've had guys hurt. And they play Matt Stafford, and it'll be interesting to see what McDonald does against that group, because I think those guys can get after the passer. They're physical up front. They can throw the ball. He's averaging 9.7 per attempt. He leads the league, Sam Darnold. They're the one of the few teams, both those teams actually, the Rams too, that actually throw the ball down the field. So I think Seattle's the best team right now.
Who do you like with the Lions going to the Eagles?
I think the Eagles are going to find a way to win that game. I mean, look, the Lions are different they're different. Plus, they're playing consecutive road games, which is always tough. I know they blew out Washington, but they're still on the road 2 straight weeks. And I worry about the Lions' defense right now. They're still banged up in the secondary. That's a problem. We haven't seen the Eagles' offense hasn't been good yet, but you got that wide receiver squawking, and you know what happens when the wide receiver starts squawking again. They start throwing the ball to him again. So I think the Eagles will win that game.
Final question, Pete. Jags and Chargers, who wins the game?
I think the Chargers win it. Unless that pass rush proves to me they can knock a quarterback on the ground, even against a bad offensive line, I don't believe in them. So that's what I would say. If you're a Jaguar fan, you should sit there on Sunday before the game and say to those guys, look, you go knock that guy down, you go pressure him, and then we'll start believing you. Until then, can't believe in you because they don't knock the quarterback down.
Big game. Jags and Chargers coming up. Pete Prisco checking in from CBS Sports, brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Pete, thanks, buddy. Have a good weekend.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, Pete Prisco talking NFL. Nobody does it better than Pete Prisco. He's the best in the business. It's brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. One more time now. They've got those Travis Hunter bobbleheads in there now. Those things are going to be flying off the rack, and they are terrific. What a great gift for a Jaguar fan, a Travis Hunter bobblehead. Right now, go get it at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on Phillips Highway, right at the end of Shad Road. And of course, you can find them on all those social channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our picks are next, so stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
1010XL brings you the orange and blue. The Gators march into Mississippi with a battle plan to tame the Rebels.
Broken tackle, still on his feet.
Florida, Ole Miss, Saturday at 7 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
Gators!
Frank Frangie here. The holidays are kicking off early at Nimnick Chevrolet. Right now, save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0% on models, including Silverado, Equinox, and Trailblazer during the Red Tag Sales event. Unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. With their extensive selection, you're sure to find the perfect truck or SUV at Nimnick. So head to Nimnick today. Who's got more vehicles at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers? Or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at BariOrthopedics.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner, but you can extend your swim season with Surfside Pools. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% off new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. Keep the good times rolling. No matter the season, upgrade your pool heating system now for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pool, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
The Florida Gators defeated the Florida State Seminoles in basketball on Tuesday night, 78-76, marking the 5th consecutive win over their rival. As for the football team, the Gators will head to Oxford, Mississippi this Saturday to take on the 7th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels for a 7 o'clock kickoff, looking to dish the Rebs their first SEC loss of the season.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering's available with full smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to order online at bonosbarbecue.com or call 904-332-7427. Plus, you could give the gift of Bono's Barbecue. Buy a $25 gift card and get an additional $5 gift card in-store or online. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Anderson. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, on the course of the program today, we've had a good show. We heard from Jacoby Myers. Hayes caught up with him in the locker room. That's Hayes' weekly interview now, is Jacoby Myers. So we can hear from him. But we heard from him. It's good to hear from him as well. Pete Prisco just checked in talking NFL football. We talked all about the college scene, Gators, Ole Miss, FSU, Virginia Tech. Touched on that a little bit. And, of course, the Jags and the Chargers. That's a big game, the significance of that game. That's where we've been over the course of the program today. Now, let's do this.
Time for the Frangie Show Picks of the Week. Brought to you by Ricketts Electric, Jacksonville's Power Connection. The Ricketts Picks start now.
Oh, man, we tried so hard to get back into that thing last week. Gosh, we were battling, scrapping, clawing. We do thank our friends from Ricketts Electric, by the way. 904-320-5960, the best electricians in town. My buddy Zach Ricketts doing so much work for us at the Bregan Baseball Complex and in my home. You can really trust them. 904-320-5960. That is the number. 1 week ago, JJ, you're fighting us off, bro. We're trying to get back in that thing. Oh, that Eagles-Packers game was big, wasn't it?
It was important.
The way it stands now, JJ and I were both 5-3. Hayes was 3-5 last week. I had 6 points. JJ 5, Hayes 5. So here's the way it stands. JJ 49-31, 61 total points. I'm 46-34, 55 total points. I'm still 6 back. Hayes is 33-47, 48 total points. He's 7 behind me, 13 behind JJ. JJ still seems in great shape. Hayes does have 11 game picker uppers. JJ and I have 6 each. Moneyball, JJ is 6-3. Hayes and I are both 5-4. Overall points, 61, 55, 48. Here we go. JJ, you got to pick first every time. Oklahoma's at Alabama.
I like Alabama in this one. I know the running game is not exactly great, and they didn't look great on offense last week, but I think at home they'll win this one.
Same here. I'll take Alabama. Hayes?
I mean, look, I'm down. By the way, you shorted me a point because I got the money ball and a game picker.
Oh, so you have 49
on the
points.
Texans rally. Yeah, thank you.
My bad.
Thank you, Davis Mills.
49
Not
points.
really.
So there you go.
Yes. So it's so you guys both have the Crimson Tide. So I will go Boomer Sooner.
Clemson's at Louisville. JJ.
I will be cheering for the Tigers tonight, but I think Jeff Brom's going to do it. I'll go with Louisville.
Hayes Carline, who hails from the Bowl School.
I like Dabo Swinney. I think he's got him right where he wants him. Give me Clemson.
It's like a 2-point line.
That was beautiful. I'll take Louisville. JJ, the Bulldogs at home. Can Texas get them, JJ?
Yeah, picking first is hard to get a game picker upper, but I think I will here. I'm going Texas. I think the Longhorns can win this game.
Look, I love the fact that you did that. I'm going to give you a chance at that game picker upper. I think Georgia's really good. I'll take the Bulldogs, Hayes.
I am going to take the Georgia Bulldogs as well.
Game picker upper opportunity for JJ. I appreciate that, JJ. I appreciate you doing that.
Thanks for the charity.
Not taking the chalk. JJ, USC is at home against Iowa.
I like USC. I think Iowa put everything they had in the last week's Oregon game, and I don't think they'll win out here on the road or out there on the road. USC for me.
Hayes Carline.
I've always believed in the Iowa Hawkeyes, and that hasn't changed. Give me Iowa.
I've always known that about
This is fantastic stuff. I'll take USC. Now to the National Football League.
Juicy ones in the NFL this week.
The Bucs are on the road. They're heading to Orchard Park, New York. The Bills are at home, JJ.
I think the Bills bounce back from an absolutely horrendous game against the Dolphins and win at home.
Bills for me, too. And you've always liked those Bucs, I know.
You know, Baker Mayfield, you can't discount him. No matter the circumstance. They don't have Bucky Irving. They don't have some receivers. Baker Mayfield, moxie, stamina, savvy. He gets it done. Mayfield over Josh Allen.
Moxie, stamina, and savvy. You get all three of those. You get all three of those in the same guy. It's a pretty good guy. Best game of the weekend, I think, is the Seahawks at the Rams. JJ.
I'm just going to go with the better quarterback in this one. I really love Seattle, though, this year, but I'm rolling with the Rams.
Hayes.
I like Seattle's defense here. I think they will fluster Stafford, and you got to like what Jackson Smith and Jigba is doing. So I'll take the Seahawks on the road.
I'm taking them with you. So that's another
Nice.
chance for a game picker-upper for JJ. I'm taking the Seahawks as well. Chiefs are at the Broncos, JJ.
Chiefs for me. I think the Broncos, their offense is just inept. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and this is when the Chiefs really have to start their run.
I like the Chiefs as well. Hayes?
I like Denver at Mile High. I think Sean Payton's had a little extra time to figure it out. Love the Broncos defense even without Surtain. So I'll say that they're able to fluster Mahomes and win kind of an ugly low-scoring game. Give
The
me Denver.
Moneyball Chargers at Jags. Oh, it's a big one. It's right here. It's 1 o'clock Eastern time. JJ.
Chargers 27, Jags 20.
JJ likes the Los Angeles Chargers to come into Jacksonville and beat the Jaguars. Hayes Carline.
I think Trevor Lawrence and Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker and Brian Thomas Jr. are going to find enough to take down Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. There's something about that building that just flummoxes the Chargers. I'll say the Jaguars pull it out, get a huge win, and stun everybody. Jaguars in overtime.
Nice.
31-30.
Love it, love it, love it. I
missed extra point.
I love my Jags, but I'm trying to win a championship here, so I'm going to come with the Chargers, but I hope I'm wrong. So there you go. Here's how our picks look. In the college realm, Hayes likes Oklahoma on the road. JJ and I both like Alabama. Hayes likes Clemson on the road. JJ and I both like Louisville. JJ likes Texas on the road. Hayes and I both like Georgia. Hayes likes Iowa. JJ and I both like USC. JJ and I like the Bills at home. Hayes likes the Bucs. Hayes and I like the Seahawks on the road. JJ likes the Rams at home. Hayes likes the Broncos on the road against the Chiefs. Correction, at home against the Chiefs. JJ and I both taking the Chiefs, and we both taking the Chargers. Hayes likes the Jags. Boy, you've got some. Let me tell you your game your game picker up opportunity.
5 or 6.
I mean,
1, 2.
It's my only hope.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 game picker up opportunities.
And I would have gone for 7.
Yeah, if you could. Let me give you guys a free bonus pick.
Okay.
North Carolina State Wolfpack.
Oh,
Mark it down.
Yeah, you like that.
I
Wow.
do.
Over Miami?
I think they're going to win the game. I do.
How about that?
Really?
Yep.
Well, that would be devastating.
It would be. Yes, it would be.
But I mean,
think it's
in all
happening.
seriousness, if Cristobal loses that game, not that his seat gets hot, but doesn't there have to be profound disappointment?
Oh, yeah. And his seat will start to get way hotter after that game, if that happens.
If North Carolina State beats Miami, that would be
Especially after all the hope of what the
Yeah.
committee did on Tuesday.
You guys are too good.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to happen. But
I'm not saying it couldn't.
But let me see. But I get this. If you're a fan of the team, I hear you. If you're a fan of the team and fans of the team, we always expect the worst. We always fear the worst.
And I saw this team score
Yeah.
like 50 points a couple weeks ago against Georgia Tech, and I'm
Yeah.
like, there it is.
That's the game.
I already know that's going to get them hot enough to come into Miami and beat us.
Those are our picks. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The NBA Cup beginning today. It's the league's in-season tournament that was won last year by the Lakers. The favorite is Oklahoma City. The Thunder are plus 155 to win the NBA Cup. The Cleveland Cavaliers plus 900. The Lakers are plus 1,100. The Orlando Magic plus 1,400. The Toronto Raptors and Denver Nuggets both at plus 1,500. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is plus 190 to repeat as the regular season MVP. Denver's Nikola Jokic plus 225. Luka Doncic of the Lakers plus 450. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks is at plus 800 to win the MVP.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keystoprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1010XL.
Hey friends, Frank Frangie here. You know me. I don't mess around when it comes to taking care of business. Well, if your plumbing or AC company is giving you excuses, it's time to make a trade. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. They're the trusted partner for some of the biggest commercial names in Northeast Florida. Their office team keeps billing smooth, and their field techs show up ready to fix the problem fast and right. Bring in the starters with Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Shut up, Campione! Campione Law!
Looking for your new favorite hangout this football season? Try Voodoo Brewing Company in the heart of San Marco. Locally owned and community focused, Voodoo Brewing serves up award-winning beers, scratch-made upscale pub fare, and laid-back vibes where everyone's welcome. For live music, trivia nights, and all the football action this season, make Voodoo Brewing Company Jacksonville your new favorite spot on San Marco Square.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Strap in, Duval. The Jaguars are gearing up to face the Los Angeles Chargers Sunday, November 16th for our annual Salute to Service game. Join us as we honor and celebrate the brave men and women of our military all game long. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Let's stand together, Duval.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. Mark your calendar for our Showtime two-day in-store card show right after Thanksgiving. Friday, November 28th from 12 to 6 p.m. and Saturday, the 29th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Two-day in-store card show after Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
You better walk. You're the best divorce lawyers in town.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
I tell my clients every day, marriage is just a trap. Let's light him on fire. Showtime, ladies.
Starring Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts, Tiana Taylor with Sarah Paulson and Glenn Close.
God, I love my job.
Hulu original series, All's Fair. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus. For bundle subscribers, terms apply.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
All right, big football weekend coming up. Basketball as well. The Gators and the Canes on Sunday night. J.J. LaSalva will be there. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah?
I got a buddy that wants to go, said he'll come. I'm going to do the game, obviously, and come home because I'm tired after the game. So I'm not going to stay downtown. But my buddy who lives in my neighborhood said, hey, I'll pick you up. We'll go. So I'm thinking about it.
There you go.
I'm thinking about it. So
That'll be fun.
haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about it. I may go.
Todd Golden was on the station earlier today.
And he was great.
Yeah,
you could tell he's like
he's a regular
You know
guy.
how he got the job now.
Yeah.
Because you could tell in an interview he's amazing.
We've always been really
we've had him
impressed
on
with
2 or 3
Okay.
times, and he's
Yeah.
done a great job with us.
And he's unbelievable as a coach.
Yeah, he's really good.
They do not beat Texas Tech without Golden's decision to start fouling way before you
That's
normally
right.
would.
That's exactly right. He's a very good coach. Very good. So I got a question for you. What do you, if you're Ole Miss now? What are you doing? What are you doing about your next coach? I mean, you're thinking, oh, well, he may not leave. Okay, I get it. He might not leave. But it's obvious he might. I think if I'm an Ole Miss fan by now, I'm now sick of this. I mean, my God, we're about to for the first time in forever, we're actually in the national title hunt. We're Ole Miss. We're never in the title hunt. We're finally in it, and all anyone's talking about is our coach going to Florida, or maybe LSU, whatever. If you're Ole Miss right now, are you talking to coaches? Are you the AD's got a list? You got to have a list. I mean, what do you mean? Unless he's wink told you he's staying, but nobody thinks that.
No one thinks that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you start if you're Keith Carter. I think absolutely, you start planning for a coaching search.
Yeah. In the event, and if he stays, okay, then you change it. It's kind of like when when Billy Donovan was going to go to the Magic. Jeremy Foley planned on a search. It was going to go our Anthony Grant. Well, okay. Billy changed his mind. No problem. Sorry, Anthony. We're going to stay. And that's what you would do if he decides to stay. Okay, but in the interim, you got to be prepared.
You've got to be prepared, and I think the thing for Ole Miss that's going to be interesting is how they handle it if Kiffin does want to move on, because I think they'd be making a terrible mistake to force him out. I mean, Lane Kiffin is the reason that you're in the national title hunt. And to have some, I don't know whether it's arrogance or to have, whether it's an inferiority complex, to not allow him to coach in the playoffs, if that's in fact where it ends up going, I think it's just a huge mistake for Ole Miss.
Yeah, I will say this. I hear you. I do respect the dilemma they're in. If you keep him, let's assume he takes the Florida job and you find out about it Thanksgiving weekend. If you keep him, you got the Florida coach coaching your team. And I understand how awkward and clunky that is. If you run him off, you ran off this really good coach who might win you a national title. So I respect, you know what I mean, Hayes? I respect the circumstance they're in. I really do. Nobody asked to be in that. And like what he said, the reason they're getting this attention is because they're good. Because they've done. But it's just I can't wait to watch tomorrow night to hear who's calling the game. Do we know who it is? Do we get the?
It's been announced, but I don't remember who it is.
It's Wischusen maybe, or
it could be. Yeah.
It's
Louis Riddick is the color analyst. So what team is? I think he is with. Yeah, I think it's that team.
But just watching the game, how much they talk about it, the graphics they'll show, it's going to be really interesting to see how that whole. I mean, Florida's playing them tomorrow night.
All parts of it, even after the game is over. Like if you're a journalist in the press box, you've got to have binoculars on Lane Kiffin everywhere he goes. Like if he goes up to DJ Lagway and they have anything beyond a good game, people are going to read into that.
Yeah.
You know, if Lane Kiffin has any interaction with anybody in orange and blue,
right,
beyond just the hey, good game, move on. People are going to read into it.
And I told you this. I told you the story of the 69 Gator Bowl that I remember. Again, I wasn't at the game, but I remember my dad and I driving around the car listening to the game on the radio. And Florida had hired Tennessee coach Doug Dickey to be their coach, but he was coaching Tennessee against Florida, and Florida won the game. I remember even at 10 years old how weird it was. I just remember how I do, Hayes. I remember how it was just weird. I remember how so anyway.
I can only imagine what Lane Kiffin is going through in these final hours, because let's assume that he has decided to take the Florida job, which is where we all sort of believe, and it seems like even beyond us, it seems like that's sort of where the college football media is going with this, where it looks like he's going to take the Florida job. Right or wrong, that seems to be the narrative. So let's just assume. But imagine if you're Lane Kiffin and you have made that choice and you're getting ready to play that team, and the conflicting emotions in that, because you'd love to think, well, it's easy. You just coach Ole Miss and you try and beat Florida as badly as you can.
Right now.
But if that's the team you're getting ready to it creates just such something we've just never seen, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And it really does. I mean, this is a game from a gambling perspective, I would not touch with a 10-foot pole.
How about this?
Because you just have no idea the emotions of not just the players in the game, but the coaches.
You're coaching the game and you're Lane Kiffin, and all of a sudden you see Miles Graham go down and hold his knee. Check on him.
Right. Yeah.
So somebody, let's get the trainers out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it's so, and the fact that it's so late in the season. So, I think it's hard to have any sense of.
It's gonna be a weird feeling game tomorrow.
And doesn't it feel like this is headed towards a weird conclusion?
Yes.
The timing of when it's announced is going to be unprecedented.
Well, and I've thought all along, and I told you this. My expectation, I think he's going to take the job, and I think they're going to announce it after the Mississippi State game, which would be Thanksgiving weekend, the Saturday, Sunday.
Someone's going to end up really pissed off.
Right.
I know
exactly
that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, you know that for a fact.
Administrators, fans, school, whatever it is, something weird is going to happen.
But I think he takes it. But now, to your point, there's now scuttlebutt. It's going to happen earlier because Ole Miss is going to say to him, "If you're leaving, leave." So it'll be.
And if you've got a bye week next week, it gets interesting.
RJ Saunders has some college talk coming up, and then we've got both Bowls and Bishop Kenny football later on our two stations. They are in the playoffs. That'll do it for us. Enjoy your football weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.